Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is time for the year-end edition of the Colorado Springs Real Estate Market Update, and we're going to get started right now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Mark with the My Front Range Living team here in Colorado Springs, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Yes, it's a market update, but as you can tell, we're in January of 2022, so we're going to do an annualized version of our monthly real estate market update here in Colorado Springs. So it's for the entire year of 2021. So a little bit different, but we'll make some references to how the year ended specifically for December of 2021. So if you're thinking about buying a home in Colorado Springs or moving to Colorado Springs, or maybe you're already living in Colorado Springs and you want to see just how crazy this market is, great information for you today. So as we always do, want to give a disclaimer. The numbers you're going to see are for the entirety of the Pikes Peak MLS. Yep, that's right. El Paso County, Teller County. You might have some of the houses up in Denver thrown in there on the outskirts of Colorado Springs. So this is not just a Colorado Springs real estate update as much as it is the Pikes Peak MLS update. So you can imagine that the Colorado Springs numbers are going to be a little bit different than this, but overall, this will give you a good idea. So let's start with single family. So for the entire year, and I thought this was interesting, for the entire year of 2021, there were 19,654 new listings, which is up 4.8% from 2020 when there were 18,747. And that's only interesting because the next line is, how many of those did we sell? Of that 19,654, we sold 18,159. Now, those sales are up 4.7% from 17,337 in 2020. So 4.8% increase in new listings, 4.7% increase in sales volume. So basically it's flat is what it boils down to. If you put a house on the market, it's going to go. That's what those numbers mean to me. And that's why I thought it was interesting. But still, when you think about the fact that in the Pikes Peak MLS there are 6,000 agents, but there were 18,000 sales, that's pretty interesting to me. Average sales price. Now this one is key. If you followed us at all over the last several months, you've noticed that we've hovered right around that $500,000 mark, that $500,000 mark for average sales price. And that's how it ended up. So this is the entire annualized average sales price for 2021, $491,768. So what does that look like compared to the $415,329 a year ago? That is up 18.4%. And we've talked about that a lot. We're looking at about a 20%, give or take, year-over-year value increase in homes. So 2020 we were at 415. Year end 2021, we're at 491, almost 492. So almost a 20% increase year over year value wise for the same home 1 year ago. Now, for December specifically, the average sales price was $505. So we're still right in that $500,000 range, $500,000 for the average sales price. But I really thought the big thing there is to keep an eye on the percentage increase. That 20% is huge, and that tells you that it's not going to get any cheaper to buy a house. More on that in a second. So let's go to condos and townhomes. Now this one blew my mind. So new listings were 2,795, up 2.8 from 2,720 in 2020. Here's why this blew me away. Sales were 2,688, which is up 6.8% from 2,517. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you see that average sales price in the single family side going up. That means the condos and townhomes are going to be more affordable for those first-time buyers, and that's where they land, is at the condo and townhome. Well, speaking of sales price, let's take a look, because you know where this is going. $327,364 at the end of fiscal year 2021, and that is up 19.7% from $273,427 in December of 2020. Gang, there's that 20% number again. It's BANANAS, to quote the great Gwen Stefani. Wait, is it now Gwen Shelton? We'll research that and get back to you. Anyway, the average sales price in December of 2021 was $351,000. So we're creeping up, right? It's still on the way up. And so when we talk about that it's never going to be cheaper to buy a house than it is right now, here's what we mean. That house is going to keep getting more expensive throughout the course of the year, on top of the fact that we anticipate no fewer than 3 substantial interest rate hikes throughout the course of 2022. That means the cost of borrowing the money to buy that house is even more expensive. So that's what we mean when we say it's never going to be cheaper to buy a home than it is today. You couple the fact that interest rates are going up, that means money's going to be more expensive to borrow, and the houses that we're looking at are more expensive to purchase. Everything's getting more expensive. So we're going to keep an eye out through 2022, but if you're even thinking about coming to Colorado Springs or getting involved in the real estate market here, reach out. We would love to help you out any way that we can, and try and fit a search that best meets your criteria. Hey, as always, we appreciate you swinging by and checking out today's video. If you would go below and hit that thumbs up button, looks a lot like this, and like today's content, we would appreciate it. It would mean the world if you went below, click the bell, and subscribe to our channel. We're putting out content every single week to help you make Colorado Springs feel like home. If you are thinking about the area, we have a relocation guide that can help you out with that, give you a little bit more information about some of the areas in town to see what might best fit your criteria. That link is in the description of the video below. You will also see our website address, myfrontrangeliving.com. Just revamped that entire thing. Super user-friendly. If you are in the area, it's going to give you some great opportunities for restaurants, entertainment, things to do here in town. But if you're also coming from out of town, that's going to give you a lot of information on how to make Colorado Springs feel like home. As always, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. We're happy to help. Thanks so much for stopping by. We look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day and Happy New Year.